All right, guys, we're going to play the coast today, but sometimes in these common tables, there's other people here. So we're playing a very unique handicap system of 8-ball. You can see that we have our money on the table. Basically, I'm giving a handicap where when I get to the 8-ball, I have to scratch after I make the 8 in order for it to count as a win. If I make the 8 and don't scratch, it's a push, and then we'll add more money. And if I scratch without hitting the 8, it's a loss. So it makes the last shot really difficult. Today I'm playing with a $4,000 cue. This is a Bob Dzuricky DZ custom cue. It has a custom extension that I didn't bring it out because it has a rear extension that matches. And then there is this mid extension that I'm using right now. And you can see this is Bob Dzuricky 2017. So this is, all in all, this is probably around a $4,000 custom cue from 2017. I don't know how much it's worth today. I don't play with it very much, but this is a safe environment. We'll give it a shot. Okay, so I'm not going to do commentary while my opponent is shooting. I'll just commentate on my own shots. Okay. 哇，你都快清台了。以后就不能有这种让法了。All right, so let's see. All right, so my deal is, well, I may not even have position. So my deal is, it's all about the 8-ball. And you'll see that if I have to scratch on the 8, it's actually pretty hard. Right now, I just got to see if I can cut the 1 in the side because he's down to his last ball already. All right. All right, so the 2 is blocked. The 4 is a really thin hit. I don't know if I can cut it thin enough to avoid the scratch. 3 is actually the same thing. I don't know if I can cut it thin enough to avoid the scratch. And of course, I'm playing completely cold. I'm going to try it anyway, see what happens. All right, I was able to avoid the scratch. See if I can get position on the 2. Nope. Did not get position on the 2. So now let's see if I'm able to play safe. I'm going to call a 5 in here. And I'm going to play a 2-way shot. All right. Okay, I got rail. So this is kind of a game that I invented. It's really haven't figured out exactly where you want to play position in order to be able to scratch on the 8. So right now, all I know is that sometimes you have to prioritize just making the 8 and doing a push. All right. Ooh, it's a little bit tight. All right, so I have a pocket and then I have a lane to scratch. So that's what I'm going to try to do. All right, I'm going to call that corner. So the hard thing about this game is if you scratch and you miss a shot, it's just directly a loss. So I'm going to have to prioritize making the shot. All right, so that's a win. Hang on. Okay, okay. Thumbs up. It's a little cold. Already. So it's all for all right, let's see. The 8 is surrounded by solids, but I don't really have a good shot at a solid. Stripes are relatively open. So I just need to make this first shot, and it's a 10 pass. Okay, so that's a tough squeeze. I think I have to draw it back, shoot the 12 in the same corner. Right, those jacked up shots are slightly harder with the wrong cue, so this is essentially extra 4 inches. 12 in the corner. So now the question is to take care of my problem ball first. I should probably try to get shape for the 13 in the same corner. Hey. Stop. All right. Not quite the position that I wanted. Now, might not be able to get back around. If I shoot this one, where can I get? I can get here. All right, so I'm gonna shoot the 10 because I don't have a cueing problem with the 10. And probably have to play the 11 off the 3. Unless I just want to scramble them and break them out. Stop. Oh no, got too close. All right, so that's the worst possible thing that can happen there. Not frozen. So the only thing I can do is no call. Yeah. Not something that we can control. All right, I'm gonna call the 11 ball in the corner. So this is gonna rub the 5. The 8 ball handicap. All right, I'm gonna call the 11 in the corner. All right, 13 here. All right, again, making the 13 is not the issue. It's where do I want to get in order to be able to scratch with the 8? I probably want to get like here, so I can scratch in there. But I think it's a little bit too thin. I may overrun it. Let's see. Speed shot. Ooh, too straight. That's dead straight. I hit it too slow, actually. So I can. All right, I'm gonna call it in that corner. I'm gonna try to draw it out 2 rails. Cue ball in that corner. Prioritize making 8, because if I scratch and miss the 8, that's a loss. Nope. All right, ooh, it was a faster table, it had legs. All right, let's see. All right, 7 might be an issue. But I don't really have a good shot at a strike, so I'm gonna go for the solid. Ooh, all right, open table. Still open? All right, so they always say you should clear the balls in sections. So I'm going to take this side first and then work my way down to that side. Of course, as soon as I get the right position on the 3. Oh, that's what I was worried about. Didn't get it out enough, and I blocked my bank shot. Right, so I'm gonna have to bank the 4 on the side. Try to draw back to the 2. I'm gonna have to force follow it. Back out. Come on. Now, how am I gonna get a shot on the 8? I need to get to about here. All right. I'm not talking to myself, I'm commentating. All right, miscue. Gotta pay attention. So I just got this tool. This is a tip tapper. I haven't used this tool in a long time, but I didn't have one. But I need to try to get here and have a chance. I don't want to get blocked by the 13. Oh, I might have got blocked by the 13. Yeah. I did get blocked by the 13. All right, I'm gonna cross corner on the 8 and try to draw it straight back for scratch. Nope, didn't get the scratch, and didn't make the 8, so that's okay. The worst thing you can do in this game that we're playing is to scratch and miss 8, because that's automatically a loss. All right, so this is a situation where I probably cannot scratch, so I just try to push. All right, side. All right. So Piper, we're up to 2. All right, he miscued on the break. So first thing to do is scan the table, see if there's any dead balls, and there are not. So I'm going to try to make the 6 and run into the stack. Not bad. Still have a bunch of balls in there, and I don't have enough angle on the 2, I don't think, to force it out. Let's see if I can bump the 14. Could bump the 14, but not on the right side. All right, I'm gonna call the 1 on the side. That was actually a 2-way shot. I just wanted to draw the cue ball back, leave it on the rail, not leave my opponent an easy shot. All right, everything is locked in, congested. All right, 3 in the corner. I just wanted to show everybody, this is the 12-foot extension that goes with that DZ custom cue. It even has a custom joint protector. All right, but this one is rarely used, because rarely do you need a 12 extra inches, especially if you're already using 4 in the middle. All right, now the question is, do I want to try to stop and then draw back for the 8, or force follow and get position on the 1. I think I'm going to force follow and get position on the 1. Hope I don't run into the 8. Oh, that's what I was afraid of. All right, that's good, Piper. You don't have to shoot it. All right, good turn. All right, this is round 2. Made a big rookie mistake on that last one. Should have taken another shot. But that's why we record these, and we'll try to figure out how we can improve our game. I think stripes is the better color to take, but I don't have an easy shot on the stripe. Nope. All right, open table. Okay, so I have one trouble ball, which is a 7 or 8, but it should be a natural breakout with either 5 or the 6, whichever ball is remaining. I just need to make sure I don't get out of line. Too hard. Too hard. All right, so I'm probably going to run into the 9 if I try to draw it, unless I can get above the 9, but if I go above the 9, I have to hit it too hard, which means I'm probably drawing down to here. But at this level, the key is to just make the shot. All right, now I can just, I got the extension on the cue, so I should be able to reach this one comfortably. I want to try to get back around for the 5 or the 6 so I can break out the 7. Oh, I bumped it. Oh, okay. So that changes everything. That changes everything. All right, so I have no shot. Only thing I can do is play safe. I'll try to get him on the back rail. There we go. Nope, he's got a shot at the 10. All right, I'm gonna call the 5 in the side. All right, now I'll have to try to hit the 7 slow enough to stop the cue ball here and shoot those balls on the side. I'm gonna have to put a little left-hand English so it deadens off the rail. Perfect. All right, let's see. Draw it back, so I have a shot at the 6 in the same place. Oh, took my eye off the object ball. All right. Cannot take your eye off the object ball when you think you got an easy shot. All right, 6 in the corner. Alright, let's see. Does the 8 have a pocket? It does. It's going to be really hard to scratch off the 8 though, unless I can get straight. But I think I have to hit it harder than I need. Alright. Let's see if we can put a little left-hand English on it to slow it down. Alright, so I might be able to draw it off the 8, off the 12, into the side. I'm going to call the 8 in the corner. Nope. Alright, so the way that we play it's open table after the break, no matter whether you pocket a ball or not. I don't know where 14 goes. Alright, so I'm going to shoot 12 in the corner. Even if I miss it, I don't think my opponent's going to run out with that congestion over there. So I can just try to pocket this ball. All right, now that I've established that I'm stripes, I can work my way back to see if I can make that 14. The 15 goes in the corner, I can just draw back. All right, now the 14, slightly easier shot. I can bump the 10 and break out the 8, I think. Ooh, that's close. I can't hit it very hard. Try to slide it in because that 1 is slightly in the way. Yep. Okay, so I got that pocket completely blocked. 3's in the way. There's no reason to try to scramble anything or take a foul. What I can do is just call the 11, call the 14, probably call the 14. I'll call the 14, try to hit the 11. If I miss, probably doesn't matter. Just make sure I don't hit it too hard. And I will hit one of my balls over there and probably not foul. Oops, missed that, but that's okay. Okay. Come on, 9 ball. Ooh, not hard enough. Okay. All right, I'm gonna shoot a 14 first, so I have ball on this side in case I need to get a shot. Does 11 slide by? Yes, it does. Oh. Oh, that's a good shot. Good shot. All right, safe. Woohoo! All right, what are we up to? We're up to 3. All right, 12 ball, or whatever that ball is. Actually got less than half a pocket. Get it slow and slide it in. I missed the 2 though. Oh! That's old cloth. That was new cloth when it slid in. At this level, try to take care of your trouble balls first. So this is a trouble ball. I'm going to try to hit it all the way down. And just come out to the 9. I want to try to make sure I don't hit the point. Nope, hit the point. That's what you're trying to avoid. Stop. Take a little left English on this one. 10 on the side. Whoa. No reason to make that mistake. All right, 15 in the corner. Ooh, that's close. So this is a case, the way that we're playing is I can't win unless I scratch. No way for me to scratch if I make it inside with the cue ball on the rail. But what I can do is I can hit it in there, and if I miss it, I'll leave it in front of the pocket and have another chance. I'll go in the corner. Or I can just make it. Yep. First one. Alright, so a lot of congestion. I'm just going to try to stun it. See if I can get out for 5. Alright, and left an angle where I can crash into the balls. I don't think there's any chance for the 8 to go in. I want to break the 7 out. Oh, I want to make a 7. Alright, this is so hard. I can make the 2, but I'm not able to get position on anything else. I'll make a 6. I must have to draw it all the way back to get an angle on the 2. Wow, this is not a good situation. Alright, so I'm gonna... This is one of those cases where you just don't care if you miss. Make it, draw back, hope you get lucky. Lucky. Worked out. Alright, so now I gotta see if the 4 does pass me, right? Alright. 1 goes in the corner. So I can just roll this one in. And then... Ooh, 8 only has half a pocket inside. So I have to try to get over here. 8 in that opposite corner. Let's just shot a little bit harder. Oh! What? Alright, so only 1 pocket. I'm gonna go 2 rails, try to get a slight angle, maybe scratch it this side. Nope. Right, so what I can do this time is I can try to hang it in that corner. Corner. Nope. Not able to hang it. Alright, my break, your break. Your break. Yeah. Nope. 14 has half a pocket. So everything has a pocket. I just need to bump out the 10 when I make it 14. Oh, what am I doing? All right, ball in hand. All right, gotta pay attention. I shot the wrong ball. That's a foul. Oh, not enough speed. And no rail. Foul. Could be off a little bit, and I'll bump the 6, bump the 4, which is fine. Just want to make sure I don't hit the point on the side. Oh, see, take the point on the side. That's what you do. Something that I haven't figured out how to avoid yet. So I need to figure out a way to work that out. The easiest way is to just come out this way. So I was successful in breaking it out, but I was not successful in getting a shot. So this is where I'm just going to have to play safe. Shooting it left-handed, trying to come up against the 1. Nope, did not get safe. Did it too hard. Shooting left-handed. All right. You made that corner, right? All right. 11 in the corner. Roll down. Should have position on those other 2 balls. All right. Now I just gotta make sure I leave an angle on the 10 so I can get back down for the 14. Ooh, very tight, very tight. So I don't want to draw it and get over here because I get stuck. So I'm gonna have to force follow with left-hand English. Get on the other side of the 14. But this is really straight. All right, got it. And now if I can get straight in, I can follow the 8 in and scratch. So this is a speed shot. All right, so now probably 1 rail with right-hand English, try to scratch in this pocket. Right in the corner. Nope, not even close. I didn't even put right-hand English on. I should have just put straight. Alright, so I will try to take stripes because 13 is blocking everything here. I'm going to take the harder shot, which is the 14 in the corner, because this solves another problem if I can make it. Alright, 12 on the side. I actually don't know what's going to happen after this. Just got to stay in this. Put a little left-hand English on it, trying to go over there and bump those out. Oh, I missed the shot. Okay, oh, I hit the ball. Can't do that. What are you, solids? I'm going to try to slide over. Have a shot at the 10. Right. Around. Have a shot at the 12. Ooh, not hard enough. Good thing I got the 11 as a backup. Alright, so now the question is, where do I want to be for the 8? Try to get straight and hold in. Even if you get straight, following ball in is not that easy. Get straight. Get straight. Nope, I think I have a little bit of an angle. I'm going to try it anyway. Nope. Alright, Pepper, you can play. Z, I'm going to take a bathroom break.